nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast for him. I am the nigga, young dog. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about belief. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era baby, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had a wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got M slow with the hit unload. Out close and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, young dog. I bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga, young dog. Oh man, got a little auditory problem over here. I don't know what's going on. Let me make sure that I can hear it. We got BeBrave in the back. Hey, Brave, I may not be able to hear you. I may have to restart my computer. If I can't get it set up real quickly, so I may drop off and drop right back.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, but you probably can't hear me. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna log off, restart my computer. Something with my audio here is went sideways. Let me see if I can fix it before I log off. Man, it always happens like this right before you start the show. Yeah. Say something, Brave. Can I hear you?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me, John? Nothing.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back here.
All righty.
I don't want to hear shit. Let's see. Hold on. Brave, can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you, John.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Da-dum-dum.
Hey, guys, can you hear me? What happened to Brave here? Let me put the link back in the chat for Brave. Sorry about that. I had to step out. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Brave and I, we got an action-packed show here. So, Brave, if you're still hanging around, feel free to hop back up on the link. It's so early, but I'm so excited. I may take me a drink. You know, I love talking to Be Brave. Be Brave brings that dose of realism that you really don't get on the internet very often. A little bit of tequila there, so we get started early this morning. There, Be Brave in the background. There's Brave. Oh, Brave, you know what to do it like us, Brave.
Nobody does. Okay, how's the audio? Everything working?
Oh, it's good now, Brave. It's good. What'd you think about that, Brave?
Hey, John, I'm sitting back all kicked back here. Can you still hear me pretty good?
Oh, it's perfect, Brave. Brave, what'd you think about that thumbnail?
I like the thumbnail.
I was talking to you yesterday about that thumbnail.
Well, it just, John, you know, first of all, it's a white guy doing blackface, okay, but that's not what jumps out at you. I think that's Al Jolson.
I think that's
out
what
at, John is just a little colored boy with a rich ass white man up there. You gotta say this, John. You flip the scales here. Here we got a fine, upstanding businessman, and he's giving me the picture like this bottom feeding 2-bit loser's the arrogant aristocrat. That's
hey, I got more Jew for white people than you, Brave.
You think? Oh shit!
That's what Izzy Band said, right?
That's what he said.
Brave, you know I've been talking to you all week, Brave.
You know, right quick, John. Though it's funny.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's funny about that picture is that picture really does, because you know I am a bottom feeding 2-bit loser, but that picture really does do me justice because I always tell people don't go by my looks or my material status. I really am as arrogant as any multimillionaire you know. Go ahead.
I believe if you wanted to be rich, you had the you have the ability. I think it's just
yeah.
Money doesn't drive you like that, Brave.
No, not at all. Never has. Even if I didn't get rich, I could have ended up, you know, with a lot more headaches, but a lot more money than I ended up with. Yeah.
Brave, you said something to me earlier. You said, and you said it so reflexively. You said Mooncake is not white.
No, she's not. She's not white. She's not. No matter what happens, no matter who wants to give her credit for being white, mulattoes are not white people. And it's not. Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
So when you see her, she's black to you?
Yes. To all white people. The first thing, she's a black American. Yes. Nobody thinks white. Nobody thinks white. Nobody. No white people.
That's very interesting, Brave, because there are a lot of black people who don't see her as black.
I know. That's because they're pissed off at her for being so pretty and light skinned.
You think that's what it is, Brave?
Yeah, I do. They're jealous because the black women, really attractive black women, are just not that large in numbers, and so pretty black women really take it on the jaw, in 100 different ways. Yeah.
I can see that, Brave. Man, we got so much to discuss today, Brave. Sometimes I don't even know where to get started.
Yeah, I know.
But I think I want to get started on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, Brave, because we talked about this and you saw this, and you had some choice words to say about it. You know what I'm talking about, right, Brave?
Go ahead.
So we're gonna start off with the paramedics. What do you think about that?
Go ahead. Sounds good. Show the pathetic nature of magnificent black dysfunction. Go ahead.
What was your thoughts on it, Brave, while I'm pulling it up?
Well, the first thing that struck out to me is paramedics. When you think of paramedics, you think of life-saving. Think of completely concerned about somebody else's welfare and benefit over your own. Not to sacrificing your life or nothing, but your thought is to save another person's life. So we get black paramedics, and the next thing you know, you degrade that down further to black women paramedics, and you got black women that are more concerned about their stupid ass looks. The woman, first of all, neither one of them care about their body image and how well they can do their job to save another human's life, because they're both badasses.
Wait a minute, what on wasn't that fat, Brave?
Huh?
What on I don't think was that fat, Brave.
Oh, I think, well, maybe I looked at it wrong. It looked like to me both of them had kind of too much roundness to them.
I can't remember exactly.
It could have been the clothes. Could have been the clothes. But it looks
Let's take a look at them.
Yeah, take a look at them.
This is me making a U-turn here on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. This is the Popeye's chicken to my right, Brave.
Okay, that one's not too fat.
Yeah, I tell you wasn't too fat.
No, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all.
I don't think any of them were like some of the blimps I see around.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't referring to blimp. I'm just saying there's a certain amount of body fat you don't want. But I don't think even either of these women fall into that category. Now let's show the one with the nice, pretty weave down to her ass.
Well, let's stop right here at this steel shot. What are you seeing right here, Brave?
Well, I'm seeing looks like somebody's on the ground and nobody's really that concerned about it. Kind of what jumps out at me.
The black man just sitting there at the bus stop, like when the bus comes.
It's just like, I think this speaks volumes to black culture. Nothing shakes these people because they see it all every day. There's a dead man. I don't know if you could put that in the middle of a white cultural setting. Have a white man and have a white man on the ground like that, and just have another white man sitting there going, "Oh, what's going on?"
But the blacks keep telling me about Kensington.
Oh, I know. Yeah. No, Kensington is their saving grace. They rely on that. And plus Kensington, if you look, it's 50% black also. That's not all white. But yeah, no, if you go outside of Kensington, and you're not going to find white people acting like zombies in places as singular people. I don't think they'll be sleeping on the sidewalks too often. Just, oh, look here, no other homeless people all around. Oh, look, here's a white person sleeping on the sidewalk.
So let's look at these sister gals, Bree.
All right.
You know, my first thought, Bree, what if this man had been 250 pounds?
Well, yeah, which proves why females shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the way they pick him up. They pick him up like they couldn't really handle him.
I thought they were supposed to put like a straight board, an edge up on him, to keep from damaging his neck. They don't know if he fell and got it this way. You don't know if there's a bullet somewhere in his body.
I wonder maybe he was deceased. I don't know. Because if he's not deceased, you're absolutely correct. It's like, wait a minute. The way they're picking him up, but man alive, who knows? It could have been a fall. Who knows what? And they're just doing further damage to him.
But if he's deceased, damn, put a curtain over it, a sheet over it.
Yeah, something. But
right,
and then again, look at the way they didn't flatten the gurney out.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm pretty sure when you lay a man that's all screwed up, you're not supposed to set him up in a recliner like he's going to watch a sitcom. God damn. See, neither one of them can really carry him either. That's what I'm saying. Women just get into jobs. And this ain't black women, just women. Just stay in your goddamn thing.
They don't belong there, Bree.
No, they don't. It's not, firefighters, police, paramedics. I mean, I can see a female paramedic and an assist, but come on.
Bree, when I was looking at this,
in a real emergency, look at with that weave. If not in an emergency where where they really had to take charge of something, look at the weave she has flowing all around.
Imagine if this was a bloody scene, a gruesome scene. The weave would be getting into the crime scene. Get in that open wound and spread some more damage and everything else. There, yeah, that's weird, man. Brave. Um, why do you think there aren't any broad men out here doing this kind of work?
Well, I think the bromans won't do that kind of work because most of them want to do things that they can brag about, which there's no bragging about doing paramedic work. Could have to do with a good number of, and I'm putting this very delicately, not enough fucking brains to do that kind of work in large numbers. Because when you're a paramedic, you got to be pretty on top of things.
You think these women are on top of things?
No, I think they're DEI.
Okay, all right. So why they ain't got no men DEIs?
Well, because I don't think there's enough bragging rights to it for the DEI. Men need to brag about dreaming about working in financial institutions and things. Black men need to brag about working in financial institutions and being project managers and shit like that.
Being a rapper or something.
Or a rapper, yeah, you can throw rapper in.
YouTube content creator.
Yeah.
YouTube content, that's a good one. Brave, what's interesting about this, on these YouTube panels, and I'm diverging a little bit.
Go ahead.
There are some unemployed black men. I'm not going to name their names, but you see them on the YouTube panels regularly. And, this probably is more suited for their skill sets and their intellect. Would you say that's fair? They probably can compete better with black women as a paramedic than they can against a white man in finance or corporate development, that type of thing. Would you say that's fair?
Oh, certainly against black women as a paramedic, but still, I think, John, you got to be pretty on the ball to be a paramedic. I'm pretty sure you got to have a certain amount of willingness to absorb a lot of information. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, hell, surely some of these black men on panel that come off as half-wits, they should be at least compete with these sister gals.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. In a DEI capacity.
In a DEI capacity. That's what I'm talking about. They should be, but they don't want these jobs, and I think they'd rather remain unemployed than do this. And this leads it to the sister gals, this is probably not a bad paying job, Brave. And as you said, they pick up enough drunkards and homeless people. They'll come off on disability. They'd be doing very well for themselves.
Yeah, hurt your back and say, oops, I picked somebody up and now I can't work the rest of my life. Yeah, get disability the rest of your life.
You know what? I mean, this picture really tells a lot of words. This picture is 1,000 words in this picture. What do you think these black women think about black men when they're picking up homeless, drunk blacks all day, every day?
Oh, I think since they've got weaves on, they haven't cleared their mind and thinking logically. So this is from illogical viewpoint.
But you don't think? Go ahead.
You don't think?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that since they've got the weave on, they're not thinking straight. Period. No black woman with that stupid, silly weave. I'm not saying that to be insulting. There's something wrong. There's something wrong when you put that silly nonsense on your head to that degree. It's like, a wig or something. But I think since they're thinking so in such a confused manner, and they're so used to the complete dysfunction of black culture having been normalized in their individual lives, I think that I don't think they're thinking anything of it, John, other than business as usual.
Man, I think that to me, it would desensitize me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I just said. Kind of like, it's like there's nothing new here. Black dysfunction has been around them all their lives, especially if they grew up in the lower income and the Section 8 communities.
But at the same time, there are children walking up and down the street. These people clearly, you get on these YouTube panels and these blacks have these lofty thoughts about themselves. But wherever they go in their workforce, if they're doing anything like this, they're seeing the lowest of blacks. And this has to kind of desensitize them. Look at how they put this man on the stretcher. I mean, they just dragging his ass, Brave.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best they could do. But look how they put him on the stretcher, Brave, because you commented on this.
Who didn't occur to him to flatten the gurney out so that they could put his whole body on it as opposed to his feet hanging off? See, that's what I'm saying. DEI. It's like this is so sad. It's like, go ahead.
Go ahead. Do you think they would treat a white person like this in Georgetown like this?
No, John, I don't.
Like this is some.
I think a white man laying on the sidewalk in Georgetown would create a stir around the civilians, where the paramedics would react to the stir that's created, the concern that's created by the citizens.
Do you think
so they would probably, be? My money says I bet that. I don't know. I don't think they would be.
Do you think if there was a white man sitting at the bus stop with a black man there passed out, that he would have shown a little bit more interest and maybe even
he would have stood up. Yeah, he would have stood up and probably would have even. I don't think he would have sat there like nothing happened. I think he would have stood up, if nothing else, asked him, my goodness, what happened to him, or there would have been some show of some sort of, probably a slight respect for the person on the ground.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, hey, look at her. Yeah, pile of hamburger, pile of shit on the ground. Hell, that guy had his arm over the bench. I wonder if that wasn't a white guy on the bench. That'd be funny to see. But I doubt it. It sat there like that.
No, he's black.
A white guy is gonna be a little more like, oh man, that's sad, But that black guy, he didn't care.
He didn't give a damn. Is he desensitized, bro? Is he, hell, and he's probably seen so many damn blacks up and down the street walking past him. Is he desensitized to this?
Oh man,
that's what they look like.
I think 70% of Black Americans are desensitized, and the 30% that are well-reasoned Black people, they're not, even if they're not desensitized, they're just sick to their stomach of it. So in a roundabout way, even the 30% reasonable Black people are desensitized. I think Black culture has become so destructive that it just tears up the very soul of Black people very easily.
Yeah, this is very amazing here, Brave. It's the middle of the day.
Hey, slam here, slam the old boy.
Oh, look, I think they dragged him up, Brave. That's what they did. They used the sheets.
Yeah. Rather than flatten the damn thing out. Unless I could be wrong. Maybe they needed his head up for a reason. I'm not sure.
Maybe throwing up or something. Who knows?
With that, or, it depends, but
that was just one of the things that I saw this weekend. Here's something else I want to share with you, Brave. Again, this is Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. And I'm coming out of a convenience store, corner store, whatever the hell they call them. And so this is me coming out of the corner store.
Hey, there. Oh, shit.
So you saw the man sleeping there, Brave, right?
Yeah. Just.
Now I want you to look at this.
What up?
You hear this, Brave? Listen to this. What's that you hear, Brave?
Oh, it looks like, some Spanish people doing a car wash.
Sound like Spanish in the air.
Yeah.
Brave, this is Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue.
While a black man sleeps on the sidewalk 50, 60, 70 feet from him.
Brave, these Hispanics don't live anywhere near here. You hear me?
Yep. And do you know what them Spanish people are thinking when they see that dude laying there?
What do they think?
That's just Black people in general.
They're not trying to distinguish any, huh?
No, they don't. I'm telling you, Spanish people are sick of Black people because I guarantee you. And why? Well, Spanish, look what they come from and what they know. And then they come to this magnificence and they see people that are born here acting like Black people. It makes them sick, John.
Yeah.
It not necessarily makes them sick. It just makes them like just so indifferent and so like probably feel vastly superior.
Yeah. It doesn't come hard either. It's pretty easy to feel superior to a man sleeping on the sidewalk.
In other words, the word here is justifiably so.
Yeah. And so you look at this, Brave. Spanish man, there's one in the back, one on that side, and one of those. There 3 men on that car. See that?
Yeah.
And if you look in the background, you can see a black man waiting on the Spanish to finish his car, drying his car, so he can tip him presumably and go about his day. What must he be feeling?
Nothing.
There's the black man.
Nothing. Nothing. They don't, John, they have completely they're in such denial that it doesn't even sink in how dysfunctional they are anymore. That guy's feeling nothing. Or maybe he's feeling like he's a black American entitled, and these are just lowly servants to him because he's an American. But
you think he never said, damn, like that man sleeping on the ground is within his eye shot. He can see that man. And he can see these Hispanics. You don't think anything registers in his mind like, damn, like this is really messed up.
Everything registers in his mind. It's a sense of superiority as
being over the Hispanics.
Being a black American.
Over the Hispanics.
Yes, over the Yes.
You know, there's an Asian man, I think Korean, that owns the car wash here.
Yeah.
And I remember that Airbnb message that I got from the Asian man. And I wondered to myself, would the Asian man even hire the blacks?
They'd be his last choice.
In their own neighborhood.
Oh, hell yes. Yes.
This is pretty amazing, Brave.
It is. That's how far removed so many blacks are from any reality of what they're creating for themselves.
Yeah.
They don't understand. They're literally just destroying. They're destroying their own circumstances in this society.
Look at this, Brave. Couldn't even get a damn sleeping bed, man. Like a sleeping bag or something. Like, and you know where he's sleeping? He's sleeping in front of the store that I just left.
Yeah.
Not even a sleeping bag. Why not go in the back of the store in the alley and sleep?
Yeah, have some manners. Yeah, have some decency about yourself.
Brave, when your children get out of school today, he'll be right here sleeping.
Oh yeah.
The children will walk right past him. What must they think? How they have to internalize this?
Oh, they do. Why do you think so many black children grow up and look at the inner city schools? Look at the inner city black schools. It shows that they're internalizing every bit of filth black culture there is. Look at the inner city schools and the mayhem and the confusion and the lack of ability to discipline the kids.
Yeah, this is really amazing here, Brave. And I think I speak to the guy.
Damn, homie, you sleeping right here? Damn. Damn, man, I hate that. Damn.
Kensington,
he probably didn't even hear you.
Kensington, Brave. The blacks keep hanging on to Kensington.
I know it. Go around to all the all white communities and find some white people sleeping on their sidewalks.
Brave,
pick your white community, all white. Pick your white community and find a white person sleeping on the sidewalks in front of a store.
Brave, you see,
but they got Kensington.
Brave, you see that sister gal right there?
Yeah.
Just pulling up in a bike. You know what store that is?
No, I do not.
That's where they go get their weave for their head. That's where they go get their weave. That's why it's 2 bikes in front of me, 2 women. I passed the first woman in the bike facing us, and then this is another woman going in to get her morning weave, the morning weave shop. This is the commerce that's going on in the black community. Weave, community store, convenience stores, all owned by other groups of people here. And these people, if you want to know how these people think about these blacks, I'll show you. It's sister girl going into the wig store right there. And so if you want to know what the people who own these stores think about blacks, Brave, listen to this. This is a story that I came out of where the man was sleeping. This is one of 2 videos of the man that works here. He said he works 10 to 12 hours a day. I want you to listen.
Man, go outside. You think half of the people that come in here steal? Really?
Heard that?
Yep.
God damn. He said half the people that come in here steal. God damn, bro. That's a hell of a reputation to live down.
Every night. Why do you even let them in there if they stealing? Huh? Say what?
Last night, 2 people is stealing.
Why do you even let them in if they're stealing? Why let them in if they're gonna steal?
Sorry?
Why do you even let them in if they're gonna steal? You don't know? You just have to let them in, huh? What the hell do they steal in here? Noodles? Everything. God damn. They steal that shit? They steal everything. Everything they steal. God, how the hell do you even make money if they're stealing everything?
I don't know. I'm working here only.
Who? You know the owner? What does he say?
He said he upset.
He upset?
Police coming. No,
what is it? But what does he say about the people that come in here stealing like that?
this area, homeless area.
Yeah.
What did he say, John?
This area, homeless area.
Oh, homeless area. Okay.
Even he makes excuses.
Yeah.
He got a built-in excuse.
You have to. You have to. There's nothing. What are you gonna say? These fucking people are sick and pathetic fucking creatures on the planet. The most sickest, pathetic creatures on the planet. People can't say that.
How do you make money with these people? Like
they probably inflate prices and they accept the fact that they're going to lose a whole lot of money even with that.
But as I said, Brady, these are people that really probably can't do anything else. This man can't go and get a job in mainstream America, so he has to deal with this. Look, I'll let you listen to this. Listen to this, Brady. He's an Indian man.
Every day?
No.
What?
Every day.
Huh?
10, 12.
10, 12 hours every day? Every day. You don't take a day off. When?
And that's the thing. Every day he's got to see this kind of bullshit going on from the same groups of people. And these people don't want you to form any kind of opinions on the group. That's really amazing when you really think about it.
It's not. I think it's a psychological rape.
Yeah.
And I think it's being done. It's engineered on the American public. The blacks have eggshells have had eggshells put around them by the media and the people that control all the media in our minds and our perceptions and our images, that they're literally psychologically graping society. Because look at the way that this man, he's fed up to his brains. He can't say anything. Can't say anything.
He can't say a word, bro.
These people, every time one walks in, he's looking at their money, number one. Number two, then he's looking at you sick, pathetic piece of shit. That's what goes through his mind.
Got to be. To see these people stealing like that, Brave, it really must be amazing, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's got to be amazing. Brave, I want to get into a couple of phone calls that I've taken over the past week, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. Let's get into this one. Here's the first one I'm going to play. Listen to this.
Feel like,
Let me get into it. Here's the part I want to get.
Get my own spot and feel
Here it is.
workforce.
Okay, gotcha. And so, do you get a paycheck, or do they just pay you for a job or something like that?
What do you need, pay stubs to show them?
No, I mean, are you an employee, or are you they call you when they have roofing jobs and you come do the roofing jobs?
I'm an employee and a contractor. They don't got no job. They can always put me to go, do a little something here and there. I'm both.
Okay, because man, you about to have me tell them you didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? I thought you. Yeah. So you do work.
And I'm glad you feel what I'm saying. I'm be completely honest with you, brother. I'm a man of respect, right? You know,
I'm a man of respect, Brave.
Now, did he say that he's a man that gives respect, or he's implying that he's a man that deserves respect?
What you think?
I think it was a man that deserves respect.
Requires respect, Brave. I want you to listen further to how he's living.
Yeah, requires.
What type of power to the house? I'm not selling no drugs at the house. I just need somewhere where, let me tell you the situation I'm going through. Where I'm at, I'm staying with somebody. I'm their guest. They're not trying to put me on the lease. And they talk to me crazy earlier. I just don't like somebody talking to me like I'm not worth nothing. So instead of me going back and forth with you, I'm gonna remove myself and just get my own spot and feel comfortable until I get on my feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. That makes sense.
That's why I called you, because they talk to me like I'm some type of child, and I'm not going back and forth with nobody.
Who's just a family member? Who's just a family member, or just a friend or something?
Nah, I'm staying with a homeboy. His lights off. He's staying in the Park Kennedy, right? When I moved, his lights went off. He was behind 4 bands. I'm not about to cover that.
On the utility? On the light bill? God damn.
On the light.
So what he's saying right here, Brave, is he moved in with a buddy who's got a Section 8 voucher. Now he's got a baby mama on the way, and the lights went off. The utilities they went $4,000 in arrears. He's gonna go on to say he bought, instead of them paying on the utilities because they're not paying rent, he bought him a power pack so he could charge up his power pack and then run his TV and stuff from inside the apartment. And the apartment, that's stealing utilities, right?
Yeah.
So they say you can't steal utilities from us and then go back and live in a subsidized house, apartment.
And mind you, he got a voucher, so can you match? So look, right? I got a battery. I use a power converter. If the battery charge, I can put a converter in, hook my light up, my TV up and stuff, right? They don't got no lights, so sometimes I'll charge it in the hallway for like an hour, and it'll run me all night. They sit here and talk about, they borrowed me from the building because I had the battery charged up in the hallway. Mind you, there's people in there stealing. I'm not doing none of that. I say
He said there are people in there stealing. I ain't stealing, but he is stealing.
Yeah, he is. What are they stealing? Is he talking about going to stores and bringing back theft goods? Or
no, he's talking about stealing from other people's shit. That's what he's saying.
In the apartment building and shit.
Packages, everything.
God damn. Jeez, that didn't even occur to me. God damn. I'm thinking they're going to stores and stealing stuff. They're just creating hell for everybody. Just live right there with them, huh?
Hell yeah. You drop a package off.
You know what's really disturbing about this guy's tone, though?
Yeah.
Listen to how he's talking like, I'm just doing everything the best I can, and I'm really trying, and I'm out here, and doggone it, no matter, I just ran into some bad luck. When in reality, he's just a big bundle of fucked up moves, and should probably just calm his tone down and say, yeah, I'm a fucking piece of shit, man. I'm looking for a home. I'm looking for a room. But to hear him, listen to his tone. It's
I made 4 grand a week.
He's given a life story like everything just was against him, and everything just, no matter what, he just tried his absolute best, and it just didn't work out.
That's how they view the world, Brady.
Yeah.
But he shows up at the apartment, Brady.
That's why they got to ask for reparations when they actually owe the white race reparations. Go ahead, John.
He pulls out a pocket full of money. But again, where did that money come from? Who knows? Are you going to be able to replicate that and keep money like that in your pocket? No proof of income, nothing, right? And here he is expecting me to enter into an obligation with him where if he stops paying me, I have no recourse other than go to the government or strong arm me. And he's a very dark-skinned guy. You hear him say, I don't see drugs. He's probably criminal-minded, or at least he's trying to be, violent.
Yeah.
And you just cannot take a chance on these people, right? You just can't do it. That's why he ended up in Section 8 housing, because that's the only place they really can take a chance on those type of people. And they couldn't even tolerate it.
Among white people, John, when somebody's talking about passionately about, things just went wrong, you know what other white people do?
What?
They immediately think, you're a dumbass, and everything you did, you just fucked your own self up. Shut up.
Mhm.
That's what white people think. But this guy's so used to putting his drama tone to it, and other blacks listening, that he thinks that everybody falls for it.
What's up, Master Kim?
Hey, Master Kim.
Hey, what's going on, John? Hey, BeBrave. John, can I squeeze in a comment about the store owner? I love it. I watched it last night when you posted it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that the cashier, he cannot come from behind that cage because he can be bum rushed, right? And then once he's bum rushed, he don't have access to the gun, the phone, the panic button. So they really limit it. They really limit so for him to stop customers to come out of the cage, and he's got to pick and choose. So yeah, so if they just want to walk out with the 12-pack of Modelo, he can't stop them. It's like the Wild West. But with that being said, John, I think he's exaggerating too. 30% probably still is a very bad 30%. The 60, 70%, just like you and all the others, they just want to come in, buy their little Lucy and beer and go on. But it's the 20 to 30% just brazen coming in, buying something, stealing equal amount. Not everyone, but those people he cannot stop. He cannot stop them from coming in. He can't stop them when they leave. He can just have some dignity, just pray that they at least buy something in addition to what they're doing. So, and sometimes you'll see the Indians will have like some little granddad or some old man kind of on the floor cleaning, sweeping shit. That would be the person that's trying to stop person. And the guy in the cage, because once the guy gets out the cage, he's vulnerable. It's a wrap.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about this match, Kim, and I didn't share this. I think I told BeBrave earlier. This is 4 a.m. So typically he doesn't let you in. But he saw me pull up and he opened the door to let me in. That's why no one else is in the store. Because typically they got the little carousel that you would otherwise do business from. But I've been there so many times. I'm not gonna steal anything, so he just let me in because it was kind of cold outside, stuff like that. So anyway, that's very interesting there. Back to this call here. Listen.
Wait, so you guys are disrespecting me over a battery, and my situation. That my girl pregnant. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it's like you guys are really taking it that far over there. So I said, I'm not going back and forth or begging nobody to stay there. I'm gonna just go ahead and find my own spot because I know my worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, shit, man.
So that's the problem. That's why I called you today. That's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, text me. They always going through something, Brady.
Can you listen to him? I know my worth while he's stealing fucking electricity. I know my worth. What is your worth? They have no shame. That's what I'm saying. I'm serious when I say this. 70% of Black Americans are psychopaths. They don't care what they're saying. They're aware of their conniving ways, and they don't care to where they tell that shit to somebody.
Brave, I wanted to run this past you. Here's another one that I got today. Let me see. The other day, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Here's a phone call. Give me a second. Hold on. So here's a guy, and he's talking to his. I'm talking to him, and he says this. Here it is. Oh, Brave, listen to this. Master King.
Train you drive. Yeah, I catch the train right now. I mean, I got a rental car right now, but I do usually catch the train.
Okay, all right. And where you currently live?
Save my number if you can.
Yeah, where are you currently living? But we don't do.
I live in Maryland.
You live where you living in Maryland? Who you living with?
Shooting.
Who you living with in Maryland?
I was living with my girl, but she couldn't afford to pay her half of the rent anymore, and I can't keep doing it all by myself. So that's.
Heard it, Brave?
That's a real provider right there. Remember when they go back to threw the black man out of the home in the 60s? Because a bunch of fine black men were trying to be fine, upstanding black men, but somehow they just all abandoned their homes, and it was the government's fault. Well, what did you just hear, folks? Right here, you've seen the extension of that. You've seen a black man say to you, a woman with his child couldn't pay her half the rent, so he abandoned her.
Not this motherfucker. I'm out, Brave.
I'm out. Yeah. Didn't occur to him to go make more money and maybe get another job, even if he had to get 2. Nope. it was her fault for not paying her half. Like it's a couple of goddamn grade school kids dividing a candy bar. I'm telling you, there's nothing that sinks in on the human level with these black men in large numbers. They're not. I don't know. Maybe it's genetic. It could be. I don't think it is. I think it's just the culture sucks the life out of them as kids, and they just grow up completely psychologically destroyed. But it might be genetic. You just heard me say the stupidest damn thing I've ever heard a man say.
John and BeBrave, I think it's because of there's no uncles or men around to tell this guy. He's listened to this like the scorned single mother telling him how to treat the baby mama. That's where that's coming from. Because a man would have told him to cover it, or like BeBrave said, go get another job. It's really your problem to figure it out. Single mothers, I mean, I hate to like drink the Kool-Aid of Pearly, but these single mothers are diabolical because they've been shit on by a guy. So now they've got some pit bull son that they're educating and schooling to be equally as of a bastard as what was done to the single mother.
Well, that's true, but you're talking to a bottom-feeding two-bit loser that is speaking from experience, being with a diabolical witch that got herself pregnant. I did not want to abandon her. I told her I'll do everything to let me stay in that child's life. And so, I mean, I get what you're saying, Master Kim, and I didn't have anybody telling me it was right or wrong because I was a piece of shit my whole life. Not a bad one, but it's not a matter of having an uncle around. I think it's the culture in general that's not so much stopping them as much as it is now feeding them from when they're just young kids to be this crazy. So it just to think that you can abandon a woman with your baby because she can't pay her half of the rent. What the fuck was that? And he said it like it was just completely a plausible reason for what he's doing.
That's what blew me, Brave. Like, because again, the baby still needs somewhere to live.
Yeah.
Right? And it's far cheaper to stay with her and pay for one roof than be contributing on two.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
And so this is the reason why I wanted to play that is because if that's a pretty woman, you working for your overtime hours, you get a second job.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nah. Oh no.
I'm just telling you.
I know, you're right.
Let's say, hey, these blacks out here, they're working a second job if a red bone was in the house. Trust me on that.
I know. And even if they wouldn't, I don't think they would be that hard in speaking about what just occurred. They would probably kind of be a little more about making up some sort of story that almost might sound reasonable. I think what it was is he had him a black woman that looked like a mud fence, and he said, there ain't nothing in his heart that sunk in with her.
It was nothing for him to get the hell out of her, bird.
Nothing. He just said there's nothing there. Well, when I look at her, she's probably fat and not attractive in the face. And he just said, "Hell, I'm telling you, there's nothing that brings the man out of a man like a slim, feminine woman." And she doesn't even have to be that perfectly slim, just feminine.
What'd you say about that, Antoine?
Hey, how y'all doing, John? BeBrave, Mr. Kim. John, in the DMV, did the price of rent increase dramatically? Because it seemed like a lot of people are struggling to pay their rent. That's the question I wanted to ask you, John.
I covered this a while back. There was a big slumlord here. No one ever talks about him because he's a big foreign slumlord, the Rajulians or something like that. I think they're Persian. We covered it here on the channel. Man, these guys had maybe 700 apartment units that they were slumming the people out. Right around the corner from me is the subway station. There was a big apartment building there, right at the subway. It's torn down. I came out of the subway yesterday. It was torn down. What I would say, Master Kim has been in my neighborhood. There's a mix of $500,000 houses, low slum, low income apartment buildings. That's more or less what the housing stock is, and some fixer uppers. I would say that the low working class housing is not being replaced. Not for reasons that you may think, is because you just can't deal with them. And as I said earlier, I don't think that a white man, and that's in this city, that's 40% of the population, can be a landlord to blacks in this city. It's too racially tinged, in that if anything were to go wrong, they could pull out the race card on him. So I think that white people instinctively stay out of this business. Hence, that leaves a void for who? The foreigners. And as you can see, the foreigners in the convenience stores or whatever, they don't have the same kind of social graces as maybe the white man would, or even me, toward Americans. I couldn't see myself slumming out of America. But I think the foreigners, when placed in a business environment where you pretty much have to be a slumlord, not many people want to be in that business, so that would contribute to the skyrocketing housing. You're not building. Go ahead.
I got a question for Antoine. Antoine, okay, so the prices of rents going up. Do you think that gives these black men excuses for not trying at all? Just because the rent goes up? I mean, this is a pure case of men not trying. It's not as if they can't. They're not.
Yeah,
So when you bring up the prices of rent is going up, you're kind of letting them off the hook for being lazy pieces of shit.
Well, and here's the other piece that no one wants to talk about. None of the blacks want to talk about this. This is a discussion I had with a guy named Tough Guy. Brave, you're probably familiar with Tough Guy. I'm not sure about you, Antoine. He lives in San Diego. That's a very high rent area. He doesn't make a lot of money. I would bet you Tough Guy doesn't make $70,000 a year. San Diego is one of the most expensive cities in America, right? Am I wrong about that? It's one of the most expensive cities in America. And so listen to Tough Guy.
And I'm faced with not being able to afford to live there anymore.
Yes.
And so
I'm from that, so I 2,300. That's what studio. Rare commodity.
That wasn't my.
Not many black men.
people put themselves in there.
This is Tough Guy.
80% of my $15,000 to $2,000 in rent. And usually if you find cheap rent, people stay there for a long time because they don't want to pay the outrageous prices, right? So, if you shop around and you find something decent that's around $1,500, you got lucky. Right? And then the whole thing is, well, he's selling his home, so I'll actually be moving.
So you gotta move. You gotta move.
Yeah, I gotta move again because I don't.
What you think about that? What you think about that? Wait, let me ask you this. This is very interesting.
No, but if you listen to his questioning, he always tries to put you in the corner because he's an owner. Because he's an owner. He's not many black men that have properties that are landlords
compared to what you're paying now.
Higher, way higher.
Like what?
Like for the studio apartment, you're gonna pay about $2,000 to $2,300. That's for a studio.
So when you move from your place now, you're gonna be paying about $700 more. That's what you're looking.
I'm gonna be paying more for sure, unless I find something, because I don't really like staying in the hood. I'm from that, so I try to right now I stay around $5 million houses in the hills.
So this is interesting. Again, he's saying I live around rich white people, and I'm faced with not being able to afford to live there anymore.
It took me a while to find.
Let me ask you this: would it be cheaper if you lived in the hood?
Yes, I actually have a place right now that is $1,500 in the hood too, in a bad neighborhood, and it's a studio though. It's like a.
What makes it bad? What makes it bad?
The neighborhood. They have people get their cars stolen. People get their cars stolen.
Who steals the city? Who steals the cars? Who steals the cars?
Young kids, and it's a Mexican and Spanish neighborhood.
So it's Mexican
because there's not a lot of black people that live around there like that.
Do you feel comfortable living around the Mexican?
No, I don't want to move there. That's where I have an apartment that I can go move in, but it's in the hood, and it's expensive for me to be paying $1,500 in the hood. I'm not going to do that because I live in a spot right now that's totally opposite, totally contrary.
It's Mexican shit, white people and shit.
Exactly. I'm the only nigga.
Listen, man.
Around here in this vicinity. Totally contrary.
It's Mexican shit, white people and shit.
Exactly. I'm the only nigga around here in this vicinity.
You heard it, Brave. I'm the only black around here. It's beautiful. And he goes on to say, Brave, listen what he says.
And that is my point. That is the black man's existence.
For me to be paying $1,500 in the hood, I'm not going to do that because I live in a spot right now that's totally opposite, it's totally contrary.
It's nice and shit, white people and shit.
Exactly. I'm the only nigga around here in this vicinity. If you look up the crime, I actually, because I'm looking, right? So you look up the crime report. And you look where I live at right now. There is no reports in a 3 mile radius, not one report. And then when I looked at that place down in the inner city off 60th Street, where the Crips is, or what used to be the Crips, but now it's more Spanish and more like essays. They took over, and basically the individual that owns the house is Vietnamese, so they're not even Spanish; they're Asian.
Looks like life is gonna get a little bit rougher for you then, okay? Woo! He don't want to live around the blacks. He want to live around the whites, Brave.
Well, he said he didn't want to live around the Spanish either.
Well,
but
he want to live around. But he told you where he want to live.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't get why in this day and age with what's going on with race relations, why so many whites are so mealy-mouthed about being white. It's like, excuse me, we're the group of people that everybody can trust and wants to live around. It's kind of like time to give credit where credit's due, you stupid white bastards.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Brave, I wanted to ask that question, Brave. I wasn't giving an excuse, but all he needed to do was just pivot. Get you a nice, reliable car, you and your girl, move 30 miles away from the inner city, 30 miles, and you'll be okay.
Yes.
Because it's expensive once you live closer to the city. That's what I did. I don't live closer to the city.
I told Tough Guy 2 years ago, I said, get the hell out of the city.
Well, he wants to be a musician, right?
Hold on. Let me say something. Though, Antoine, I know you didn't. I don't know what you meant, but I'm telling you, when you got a guy that was giving John the line of bullshit that black dude was giving him, and you sat here and bring in high rents, Antoine, you just by default gave him an excuse, whether you meant to or not. You just did.
You're right.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That is what the blacks are benefiting from too much. It's just a matter of, okay, high rents, who cares? Do something.
Brave.
That's what one black man should say to another black man. So it's a pile of shit for everybody. You think any whites go over there and get cheaper rent? No, they do something. But anyway,
what I will say is this though, Brave.
What's that?
That the white man has more doors to open than the blacks because of their bad reputation.
Well, of course they do. Of course they do. But
I think
that doesn't mean the rent would be lower.
Well, hey, Jeremy called me today. He said, "Hey, John, I want to come back." Okay, Jeremy. If a black man called me, I get black men ask me every day for police. Hell, I just played one. I ain't rent to him. He had money. Right? Think about it. He had the money, pulled it out and showed it to me. I ain't take it. I get black men offer me, "Hey man, I'll come work for you, Mr. John. I go to look so any day and show you that. Man, I want to work for you, Mr. John." I don't take a chance on it. But I choose Jeremy sight unseen over any of those blacks hanging out at the liquor store 365 days out of the year. Those are the doors that I'm talking about that aren't even available. The blacks don't even see that door. They only had the key for that door.
That's very true. So I do understand white privilege. I've been talking about it for 4 years on the CT channel. I do understand white privilege, and I'm very proud to have taken a part in it. But I'm just saying that there comes a time when, and this ain't back to Anton, nothing against you. I'm just saying blacks have had way too many excuses handed to them by other blacks that do things properly. The blacks that do things properly need to get a white mindset like the whites have when it comes to dealing with white trash. If somebody's acting like a fool as a white person, a fellow white person will say, "Shut the fuck up. You're talking, shut up." They're not going to offer him an excuse. But Anton was real quick to bring up some sort of something there. And I'm saying I think that's the black culture at play.
Brave, I want you to hear this.
Bless your heart, Antoine. Bless your heart, Antoine.
Since you speak of black culture, Brave, I want you to listen to this right here. This is man, this was interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you, Brave. Let me pour me a cup of coffee. And I'm gonna play this. I want you to listen to this. Have mercy. This is interesting right here.
As we're waiting, folks. Hey, Antoine. See you later, bub.
Brave, this is Anton Daniels, Brave. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of him. I'm not sure you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
But man, he's about to say something so interesting to me. And again, this is, the reason why I keep pointing him out is, I would say, he's probably one of the bigger content creators in the Black sphere, right? Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
And so many people kind of look up to him because of his success, and they see him as a businessman.
I think he would be only second behind Tommy Sotomayor now, isn't he? Kind of.
He's probably ahead of Tommy Sotomayor in terms of being able to monetize YouTube, I would say.
No, I'm talking about being known and people hanging on to his every word. Tommy Sotomayor is still the king of that. And
yeah,
close to where people know him and they're hanging on to Anton's words. Tommy Sotomayor is like hands down, he's a mile ahead of Anton as far as influence.
Yeah, I think there's probably a little bit more element of authenticity with Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah.
Versus
and track record. I mean, he's been at it a lot longer.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the history of either one. But so this is Anton Daniels, and he's a married man. He has children. This really amazed me, bro. I couldn't imagine myself doing this. Listen to this, bro.
Box everywhere, nigga. The students and the incoming freshmen technical high school, nigga. Do you know we have school was and you be ready to cry when I give you an extra $15 on top of what I tipped you inside of the app. Oh my God, I'm so thankful. And then you get on the internet and start acting tough, typing tough inside of the comments. Bitch, get your life together. Stop acting like that. Niggas is pretending. All of a sudden, all of these niggas been getting all of these hoes in high school and shit like that. Where? All of you niggas was getting pussy? All of y'all? Everybody was getting pussy. I know how old I was when I lost my virginity.
And everything's frozen up. Got dead air.
Ain't nothing to talk about. I wish I would have stayed focused. Hello. Hey, just a quick question. How old was I? How old was I when I lost my virginity?
11, I think it was. 11, 12.
All right, I was just trying to see something. All right, thanks.
Okay.
Nigga, I had more hoes at 11, 12 years old than you niggas had your whole life. Your whole life. Nigga, by the time I hit high school, I was chilling. I was so comfortable. I had already seen and did it all, nigga. I had did everything that I wanted to do by the time I hit high school. By the time I hit
that's a positive thing.
Nigga, by the time I was 12, nigga, I'd have had something.
He's bragging like that was a positive thing.
Do you know who he just called, though? You don't know who he just called.
Well, I don't know who he just called, but I'm saying this is somebody that's highfalutin in the black community, and nobody's calling and checking and saying that's kind of a mental illness as the society goes if your children are having sex.
Nigga, I was out here getting so many hoes out here.
Who did he just call?
Great.
Who did he just call?
I should put a poll up in the audience. Who do you think he called?
Please tell me it wasn't his mother.
Hello. Hey, just a quick question. How old was I? How old was I when I lost my virginity?
11, I think it was. 11, 12.
All right, I was just trying to see something. All right, thanks.
Okay.
Nigga, I had more hoes at 11, 12 years old than you niggas had your whole life. Your whole life. Nigga, by the time I hit high school, I was chilling. I was so comfortable. I had already seen and did it all, nigga. I had did everything that I wanted to do by the time I hit high school. By the time I hit high school, I was done with these. I had already learned the game. I had two older brothers that was 6 and 7 years older than me. I was fresher than you. I was better than you. I had more hoes than you and all of that. And guess what I don't do? You know why I don't do it? You know why I don't talk about how great I was in high school? Because I'm out of high school and I'm 43 fucking years old, about to be 44. The fuck I give a fuck about high school anymore. But then you got these cornball ass niggas jumping on the internet talking about, nigga, I bet you wasn't getting no hoes in high school. You're right, because I had them in elementary school, nigga. Probably fucked your teacher.
Whew, Brave. Is this black culture? This man got a daughter. Older than he was when he was in the 6th, 7th grade. Yeah, man, I was out here getting me hoes.
I think, John, that he would tell his daughter, please don't follow in the footsteps of the girls that he was dealing with at 11 and 12. But yet he's bragging about the value of that happening. So that's what I'm saying. Blacks are a big bundle of confusion. They don't know what the fuck, whether to wind their watch or scratch, whether to wind their ass or scratch their watch. Anton, supposedly a philosopher of the community. Listen to his foolish ass.
That's what I'm saying, Brave.
You know, that was he's trying to talk his daughter into waiting until she's at least an adult or near adult to do something as serious as be romantic with a man. Look how he's bragging about tearing up little old girls' lives. There's no consistency with these fucking people.
Listen, Brave, it gets worse.
Nuts.
Listen.
High school? Nigga, high school was an alley-oop. All we did was pass the ball.
Slim, dunk these hoes. That's all we did, nigga.
Nigga, all we did was alley-oop to the homies. The shit was like a layup line. It was a layup line. High school was a layup line. I went to Cass Technical High School, nigga. Do you know we had 2,000 students in the incoming freshman class? You know how much box was there?
Box! Brady,
you know free box everywhere.
You know what box is? He talking about these old black
Hold it. Did he just use the word pretty?
No, he said it was free box everywhere.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Free box. He talking about these black women so loose by the time they hit high school. Have mercy. He said they loose. These ain't nothing but black whores. By the time what age he said? He said, well, he's in the 6th grade. He said these hoes out here. In the 6th grade, these are hypersexual people, is what he's saying. Huh?
Black excellence. Excellence.
Yeah, and when people talk about whites being depraved with children, where do you think these 11 and 12-year-old girls are learning this shit?
Ding ding. Exactly.
On the high end, Brave, you got.
You go to an all-white community, you ain't seeing no goddamn 11 and 12-year-old white girls banging.
Do you hear white men bragging about banging at 11 and 12? I've never heard a white man talk like this before in my life.
No, because I distinctly remember being bottom feeding loser, impoverished little white trash white dude that was fairly good looking. The white girls they didn't just drop panties at that age. They didn't do it.
By propping himself up,
something you even expected.
By propping himself up as a player, he's also kicking down on the black women because he had to be sleeping with women, presumably, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
I think it's worse. It goes deeper to black culture than black women even.
Exactly.
He's bragging about 11 and 12 like it was nothing. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You got niggas sending him super chats, Brady, while he's saying this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this on the Millionaire Morning Show, by the way?
Have mercy. Yep.
Just out of curiosity.
For those of you that want to know which episode this is,
hold on a minute.
I'll put it in the chat. You want to see for yourself and then mark this up or anything. I'm playing it straight from his channel. I think I'm playing it straight from his channel. Yeah. This is it right here. Go ahead. What you say, Brady?
Well, I made a mistake and I looked over at the chat at Blacks Who Defy with his silly ass. talking about both communities have their cretins. Excuse me, you don't have fucking whites doing the shit that these blacks are doing. Blacks who defy.
But this is bragging about. This is bragging, but this is highlighting.
Just aren't even doing it. Go to white schools. I mean, I know there's a lot of dirtiness going on.
Where's the white Anton Daniels talking like this?
There's nobody, because first of all, there's no white Anton Daniels. Second of all, the numbers aren't there to even develop a white Anton Daniels.
Did you see all of this, Universal Man? Like, I gotta play this again, man. This is rough.
I've seen. You don't have to play it back. I've seen it. You can just keep going.
I want to hear what say. Do you know who he was talking to when he made that phone call? Does anyone know?
I'm assuming it was his mother.
Yeah, it was his mother.
And that's just as sick. I don't think my mom knows when I lost my virginity. Honestly, she might have an idea.
Brave, if you called your mom,
I'm gonna call my mom. Right, you know what? Let me call my mom and ask her right now if she knows when I lost my virginity.
Mama,
let's go.
Is probably it's a family joke. It's humorous when a kid comes home talking about it.
The Universal really gonna call his mama.
What's up, Mom? I got a quick question for you. I'm on the show real quick. Do you know how old I was when I lost my virginity?
Probably like in the 11th grade.
Yeah, you think I lost my virginity in the 7th grade?
11th.
11th grade? What makes you?
It was Anthony, right?
Well, damn, nobody said names. Goddamn. I'm just saying if you have an idea, but you don't know for sure. It could have been college. It could have been middle school.
No, because you called me and told me about it.
I did. I don't even remember that.
You did. You called me and said.
What did I say?
Guess what? He was like, guess what, Mom? I got something to tell you, and you tell me that.
Wow. I don't remember telling you that.
Oh my God. That was a call, man.
What did you think when I told you that?
Oh my God. You know me, I'm like, oh shoot. So I'm gonna make a joke about it. But then he was like, she's on the phone. So I was like,
oh shit, I had her on the phone too? I was worthless.
Yeah, she was on the phone too.
Oh,
I was like, oh my God. Well, I was happy that, you felt close enough to tell me that, but
damn.
I'm like, what kind of call was that?
I swear to God, I don't even remember that. That's funny though. Did any of my brothers?
I was shook all day.
Did any of my brothers tell you when they lost their virginities?
No, but I walked in.
All right, Ma, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, bye.
What she said she walked in on your brother?
I got my brothers, yeah. That's funny. I don't remember telling her that, but that is weird though. But she still, she still didn't know. But yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I mean, and he's bragging about it. Man has a daughter. It just seemed weird to me. Again, I don't have a problem with your mama knowing. In some sense, it kind of shows, how close he may have been with his mother. But it was like bragging about it. Like, because I think did she admit that he was in the sixth grade? Like,
at 11 or 12 years old, you're either in the 5th or 6th grade at that point.
That's pretty early.
That's really young.
Right, that's very, very young. And here he is bragging about it. And I can't say he's off base on what I've seen. I wouldn't say it's the norm, but it is not like abnormal. How about that?
Yeah.
I think if you went into the inner cities, into these schools where it's all black schools, I think it would be the norm. Probably would be the norm.
Mm.
Nothing is energizing to the human spirit as sex.
There is a lot of hypersexual activity in urban schools. That is very true.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's a big part of the problem. Probably why white culture is still somewhat intact. Is white culture has managed to keep sex to at least hopefully get near adulthood.
Mm.
And that means that energy that sex brings to the human species in general, because there's nothing as energizing as sex and romance, and that's just too much for 11 and 12-year-olds to take.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. That's
And you can't think past it. Once you do that, it just wipes out every other learning process.
Yeah. At that age, you can't.
You can't focus.
Left for the 12. Especially if you getting as much boxes. He said he was getting. He must not have had much supervision.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Box everywhere, nigga. There's no shortage of box. It's like 4,500 students in there. You can't miss. You can't miss. The fuck is these niggas talking about? Go the fuck outside. I'm looking at my high school right there. Go outside. Go outside, bro. Honestly, go outside and touch grass. I don't know what these people is talking about anymore. Somebody said, who was that? That was my mom. My mom had to put me in Boxolitis AA. Boxolitis Anonymous. Hi, my name is Anton. I'm 12 years old, and I'm a boxer.
12 years old, so he had boxolitis.
Boxolitis recipient. Wow. Hi, Anton. Nigga, why do you think they sent me to an all-boys school? They said, we got to get this nigga away from anything that got box in it.
Why is he saying, like, given the speculation of what's going on with him right now, why would he even talk like this?
Yeah, he's bragging rather than lamenting.
This makes it worse to me. He's adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah,
he has to.
He's bragging. This should be a dysfunction of black community with Anton. He should be saying, I have firsthand proof that the black culture is fucked up. But no, he's bragging like, I'm the man. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Man. No pulling back.
But you both are right here. You both very right, because the like, share, subscribe economy, he's got to keep it going. He's got to add fuel to the fire. Damn.
He's got to add fuel to the fire. And that was since you mentioned the like, share, subscribe economy, I have a clip of Anton saying just that, where he said basically, this is clout is worth more than money. Currency. He said clout is the currency.
That's true.
Right? And, this is Anton Daniels saying these things, and so he's probably on to something. Universal, I was going to ask you this question. Did you have any thoughts on those black women having to pick those that bum? Can I call him bum? That man that was passed out on the street. Did you see those black women?
I didn't see all that. I joined a little after that.
We should show it one more time. Should we, Brave? We should show it one more time.
Thanks for stopping by.
We should show it one more time for Universal. Universal, here is what I showed. Here it is. What I showed to Brave, and Brave has some thoughts about it. And here's Brave. Here it is again. Tell me to pause whenever you need me to pause. Universal.
All right, share the screen. You're not sharing it.
Oh shit, I'm not sharing. Okay, yeah. We haven't gotten too far anyway. That's good. All right. Now pause right there for a second.
Wow. That man is out. Jeez. Do we know what happened? Did he just pass out, or?
No one knows. The man sitting there at the bus stop is like, whatever. He just so busy.
He's waiting for the bus to come.
He might be zonked out himself. Who knows?
That's a lot of hair on that EMT alert. Right, look at that. Pass the butt. 2 women EMT. Whoa. They can barely lift him. He ain't that big either. He's probably like 160, maybe, if that. Holy shit. Oh man.
You know what I just thought about? This is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not proper protocol at all. I've never seen someone get deadlifted like a bag of sand or some laundry onto a I forgot what I forgot the technical name for those beds. But yeah, stretcher. There's another name, but yeah, stretchers. Man. Also, the stretcher's not flat, so they put him on there and he's at an angle. You don't know what medical condition he has. That could cause more. Let's say he had broken ribs or something. That could cause more injury.
Oh yeah, I ain't thinking about that. Yeah,
like that. This is all bad. They did.
Universal. I said earlier that that's very true. That they could mess up, do more damage to him. But what struck me is that I think it's just procedure. You flatten the gurney.
Yes, the gurney. That's what I was.
The fact that they got out and didn't even bother with procedure to that extent blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, they just man. I mean, they just do it probably the best they can.
Everything. It was like, what? This is fucking black performance.
They're doing the best they can, I guess. There's another one that I want to show you again. This is on the same street where the man was sleeping. Brave. This is pretty rough one to look at here, Brave. Universal. Again, imagine children on their way home from school. There's a school a block away, and this is what they see.
Oh. Now is he high and just like spaced out like that, or is he taking a shit? I don't know what's going on here.
This is Kensington Avenue in Martin Luther King. This is DC's version of Kensington Avenue, Brave.
High and frozen.
Well, you can't call it a version of Kensington Avenue because Kensington Avenue is a rarity. This isn't. In the large cities, this isn't. Kensington Avenue is a rarity. Sorry. Whites don't do it. You don't see a single white guy out here where it's all white people. And you have on the sidewalk.
Definitely.
Oh, Brave.
Wow.
Oh, Brave. The children, they get out of school, they see this. What happened? What must they think, Brave? What must they think?
Move quickly, because they have to. If they're walking on that sidewalk, they have to make a decision because they're walking between these two individuals.
Brave, you said to me that white folk wouldn't do this. They have some kind of decency and go somewhere and get the hell out of the way. Is that right, Brave?
Yes. Mm-hmm. If it's not a Kensington Avenue where it's a complete tribe of also mixed blacks are in Kensington Avenue, folks. But if it's not something where it's just completely overwhelming, no, whites don't just make it a point to be a one-off in the face of all the other whites. They won't do it.
Yeah, this is
out of respect and expectations of better behavior that whites have of them.
And again, within the same block, Brave, are the Hispanics washing the cars of the blacks. While the black men lay sleep on the ground, these blacks are out of their mind on their feet. A little bit further down the block, the paramedics were picking up another passed out black. This has got to be rough for the blacks to see and internalize without making excuses and saying it must be somebody else's fault. There's just no way we could be down this bad.
That's what it all boils down to, John, is inescapable shame. And blacks are internalizing it where they shouldn't. If you're a decent, fine, upstanding black person, and I'm sure Universal and yourself can attest to this, and CTs, hey, the blacks are fucked up. It's not me. That I understand. But a lot of blacks, they don't do that. They go, blacks are fucked up, and somehow, since I'm black, I have to make an excuse for that.
It's somebody else's fault. That is true, man. But
it can't be black culture.
Braven, the other thing, well, let me finish playing this here. And he just staggering.
Yeah.
His pants are down at his knees, bro. You see this? The children on their way home from school, bro.
Oh, wasn't that just down the? How far was that from the guy that was slumped over?
You mean the one that? Which one? Which one that was slumped over? The one that was
slumped over with the red undershorts showing, or whether
he's right across.
Yeah, they're right across each other.
Oh, they're right across from me? Oh,
yeah.
Huh? Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah. I didn't even look at. I didn't see him. I was looking at the guy slumped over, and he kind of because I'm sitting way back from my screen. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Those kids, if they're walking down the sidewalk, they have to make a decision to walk between these two. That's insane.
That's why you have. That's why you're going to have a need for so many universals in the.
I know. Sadly,
they're fucked up, man. That fucks their heads up. You don't get away with that.
Shit.
You can't fool Mother Nature. Those kids are looking at that as their own, and a child would naturally internalize that. That's
Bray, I'm gonna throw you a curveball. You don't think they got?
I'll think it, but a child won't.
Bray, you don't think they got children?
Oh, I'm sure they got them probably who knows where and everywhere. Yeah.
You don't think these men got children, Bray?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
No, they got children.
Yeah.
Right? Their children may be walking right past their ass, right? On the way from school. Think about that, Bray.
Yeah.
Like, this is deep down.
Hopefully they don't know that's their father.
Hold on for 1 second, Bray. Hold on, guys. Oh, okay. Now, hey, what man? You gotta remind me. What was your story again? You looking for a room?
I'm just looking for I'm trying to move it Friday. I want to do the bi-weekly, and I'm ready Friday to move, and I got my clothes and everything ready. I really just want a room that's not too far, but I'm looking in the northwest area, but I wanted to be closer to the Maryland side, if that makes sense.
And you working?
Yes, sir. I'm working. I can send you my pay stubs and everything. I work at Fulton Child down at National Hall.
Oh yeah. Right. Got you. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Friday. Just send me a text. Let me know when you want to come by and take a look at the place under the snow.
Can you send me? Can I so I can like narrow down my because I know DC very well. Can I just have all the northwest places so I can just narrow it down? And I probably honestly, I'm gonna be honest, man. I probably don't want to look at the place because it's already furnished and TV and everything in there. I just want to move my stuff in there.
Yeah. I seen some pictures. I seen everything you need.
All the DC locations. That's all I really need, so I can just narrow it down. So once Friday get here, I'll make sure they're looking ready. And do you want money order? Do y'all do straight cash or how does?
Shit, whatever easy for you, my man.
Say less, man. Thank you, sir.
I thought we have a good story there, but yeah, there's a guy working the restaurant. He want to live in Northwest. But he worked right behind me in basically in Southeast, the PG County. But he want to get the hell away from these blacks, man. He works with blacks in PG County at a restaurant, Fogo the Child. He probably said, man, I'm so black fatigued. When I get off work, I want to get the hell away from these people.
It's got to be exhausting.
Yeah, can you imagine serving a bunch of blacks at a all-you-can-eat restaurant? Let me see. Oh my soul. I don't know how he does it.
Have you seen any of the videos that surface from those? It's always conflict. Don't have no seafood. It's a fucking fight almost every Thursday night.
Oh man, and
this is be threatening people and trying to take food home. It's ugly, man.
And so, brave a child is walking down the street and they see this, and he's gonna be staggering off to the side here. Look at him. Jesus Christ. Ooh, break.
Now you know what? You know what's bad, John? You know how many people would say that guy right there shouldn't be institutionalized and that he's just taking part in fashion.
He what?
He's just taking part in fashion.
What fashion?
You know, the pants down like that. It's sagging on steroids.
Mm-hmm. Truly on some drugs. He on some drugs for sure.
Yeah.
You know, Brave,
there's nothing wrong.
Universal Brave, I saw this the other night. It's the wrong link. Here it is. Sorry. I saw this the other night, guys, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. And I want to get your thoughts on this. Here it is. Damn. Let me refresh it. All right.
You know what them pants sagging like that is at that
What?
level?
What's that?
It just dawned on me. These son of a bitches are so, as CT called it, main character syndrome, that if they're at the very bottom, they know that them pants at the bottom sagging like that still attracts attention to them.
Brave, I don't even think he was in his mind to get any attention attracted to him.
No, I'm telling you, if he's got him down like that, he knows what he's doing.
That man was out of his mind, Brave.
I know he was.
I think his pants fell.
That's how pathetic it is.
His pants might have fell down further than they were because he's so out of it. But he was still sagging, though.
Yeah, it was main character syndrome. Even at that's his last desperate hope of just being noticed in life.
Mm-hmm. Brave, did you hear there was a women's fight the other night?
Where?
I don't know. But they had a fight. Clarissa Shields. She's a black, beautiful sister gal. I don't know if do you know who Clarissa is?
No, I do not.
Most of these blacks people say she's beautiful. And she fought another sister gal. And I got to thinking, like, I don't know if white women can compete with black women fighting.
No, hell no, they can't. Fuck no.
Why? Why you saying?
Oh, fuck, come on, man. I'm telling you, the females that I've been with in my life, oh, come on, little old tiny wrists and little petite bodies.
What do you mean?
Oh,
you don't think they can train enough?
No, there's nothing. No, there's nothing there. It's not even in their spirit. The white women, a lot of white women that are feminine and soft and slim, they just automatically, they know, wait a minute, no, help me, men, please.
They don't want to get punched upside the head.
No, they know. There's no
You think a white girl?
You know what you see once in a while? What's pathetic? The most pathetic goddamn white females I see are these fucking white females that are a fucking 110 pounds, 5'3", and talk like they can fight. It's like, yeah, shut up.
Universal, what you think?
A black woman will tie you in a knot and shit, roll you down the road like a bowling ball and shit. In other words, they can't just be their white selves. They just gotta fucking come out of their fucking selves and brag like. Thank God there's not many of them.
You don't think the white women can compete, Bray? Look at it, Bray. Look, Bray. Here one of the sister gay out there fighting. You see it, Bray?
Christ. Son of a bitch.
You see it, Bray? Get that camera out of the way. See that, Bray?
Yeah, look at her. Jesus Christ. And I'll tell you what, that's a lot of black women just in public, in the general population look like her.
Oh boy.
It's called testosterone. Blacks have it.
Oh, Brave. We ain't seen a full old of them though, Brave.
For the challenger, the hard-hitting diva, Franchon.
Jesus Christ. You know what's sad is white women are taking part in this shit. But what's really sad is when black women take part in it, it goes to a whole different level with them. Black women actually have to be the men in their communities.
Mercy.
White women are fighting. A lot of white people are kind of chuckling and laughing. Girl fight. When black women fight, no, it's on. It's on as and if you don't think that erodes black culture in yet another way, you're mistaken. You're mistaken.
How can you take a woman seriously that's game to fight like this, like a man? Like, how can you like have that feminine desire for her?
There's nothing there.
It's hard to do.
I don't even think if you went without sex for 10 years, if you closed your eyes, I don't know, would you even want a hand job from her? I'm not trying to be gross. Just close your eyes. Would you want a hand job from her, knowing who she is?
She get out of bed. Hey, she get out of bed and do that. Have y'all had sex with each other?
I've seen worse women walking around with kids. So black men, they'll have sex with her.
That is true. Oh, Brave, it gets worse, though, Brave. You thought it was bad, but it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Turn.
I don't even know if a white woman can get this cut, man.
No, hell no, they can't. If they do it, they're on steroids. Or they're a big woman to
Making
begin
her
with.
way to the scale.
Well, damn, let's see this woman. Look, she's walking off, Brave.
Look at all that back. Her hips aren't even wide where they're supposed to be. She's just got all back. Tapered down like a man. Jesus Christ. For Christ's sakes.
It might be her man right there, Brave. It might be her man.
No, it ain't.
It could be.
Nah, she don't have a man. Unless she bought one.
Man, hey, it could be her man right there.
Okay, I'll go for that. But she bought it.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no man just you know.
Oh, wait till he sees who's up next. He doesn't know Clarissa Shields.
You don't know Clarissa.
I don't know Clarissa.
And now making her way to the
You're
scale.
about to learn.
The champion, the GOAT.
The queen is here.
Clarissa Shields.
That's her boyfriend right there, Brave. With all the gold chains and the New York Yankees hat with the shades on.
Yeah.
That's her boyfriend. They're playing ghetto rap music in the background, Brave.
Jesus Christ.
Ice Me Out. I think that's her song, actually.
It gets worse from here, Brave. It gets worse, Brave. Look.
Oh, hell no. John.
Brave, you see this?
Yeah, I see it. Hey, lipstick on a fucking pig. In every sense of the word. Take the
I've never seen a Louis V boxing athleisure outfit. That's interesting.
Oh, Brave. Oh, Brave.
Jesus Christ.
And you know, she's considered to be pretty or very attractive in the black community. I don't know if you knew that, Brave.
No, then that, okay, wait a minute. Okay. I didn't see her face. Maybe her face is tolerable. But come on, they're looking at that body and saying she's a fine piece. Come on. No hips, strong shoulders and shit.
Look at this, Brave. It gets better.
That ain't pretty anyway. She ain't bad. I don't know. It's just that look is just, I don't know.
It gets better, Brave. She got to take off all the jewelry first.
On scale. $174 for the reigning champion.
You like that, Brave?
Yeah, there's the gorilla angry mouth.
I mean, look at that freeze frame right there.
The angry gorilla mouth.
Wow.
For the reigning champion.
They do it.
Yeah. So you can't tell the difference between a female gorilla and a human with that mouth. That woman right there tell a white woman. little white sweetheart. No time.
What?
When I see these white women acting tough, here, try this. You think you can handle that?
Sin 7 confirmed that was the husband with the other fighter, the guy with the braids.
Well, there you go, Brad. I told you.
Well, yeah, she bought him. I don't doubt she did. I don't doubt she bought him. I mean, hell, men buy women. Why wouldn't women buy men? It's all fair.
Brad, I want to go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Ponder said that the boyfriend reminds her of Papoose. Ponder, that is Papoose.
Yeah, Papoose. Brave said earlier when we let off. Brave said what? Mooncakes is not what? Brave.
He ain't white.
You ain't gonna let it in the club, Brave.
Not me. It's just they don't get in the club. It's just the way it is.
Mulattoes
don't get in the white club. I don't know when blacks talk about, well, nobody wants them. It's like, well, it's at least whites are civil to them. You don't see whites wanting to beat mulatto women up. You don't see white women wanting to go around beating up mulatto women. So even if they don't accept them, mulattoes have a much better way to go around white people. But no, she's not white, not at all.
University, what you know?
Yeah, no, it ain't happening.
She's not white, but she's also not Black American. I think that's the difference is that she doesn't understand Black American culture.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think it was sad, Universal. It's not so much that she doesn't understand it. What's sad is she kind of doesn't. She's kind of in denial of it. I think. Because she's kind of so close to being black. Now I've heard her insult blacks. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah,
she's still making way too many excuses for humans in general.
Correct. She's not facing the realities of who we truly are as people.
Yeah, not at all.
Still in La La Land.
Not top to bottom. Yeah, not top to bottom.
Yeah.
So, Brave, what I've been trying to, and what I'm going to be discussing going forward, I like to go on a little theme rants. Not really a rant. But there's a theme that I want to develop, and maybe you can be a part of this. And I know universally, we've been talking about this over and over. Is the destabilizing force of a mooncakes in a community with not so attractive women. You understand, Brady?
Yeah, go ahead.
Universal, you get one going, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And these light-skinned women, because they tend to be more attractive than the dark skin, for whatever it's worth. Or let me say the preferences are in their favor, right? So it's not dependent. That they become
straighten her hair, or is that natural hair?
No, that's natural.
Oh boy, she's got a definite advantage. Boy, I'm telling you, you know what's funny is you put her in some black women, around some black women, she's gonna get damaged. If that's natural hair and she don't even have to straighten it.
It can get curly, but I mean she can go straight without straightening it for days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Her and her sister.
That woman right there would be in danger around black women.
But even curly in the black community puts it in danger. So that shit ain't hard. It ain't fucking dry like my hair.
Yeah.
And she probably soft.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. She's soft. Then that's curly.
Pretty soft.
Confirmed.
She probably washes her hair.
Had she ever mentioned being in danger around other black women much? Or does she
She's typically not a lot. She's not around a lot of black women unless she goes to Jamaica.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking she has been fortunate enough to avoid being, in a school setting or anything with them.
Yeah.
And so, leading off with that whole destabilizing force that I keep saying, Brave, is that these light-skinned women in the black community get away with behavior that I don't think that dark-skinned women could get away with. And it becomes very destabilizing. And here is an example of what I mean.
Hang up the phone, and they'll be white friends. Them motherfuckers will be there by the time you hang up the phone, and they'll be madder than you. For 2 weeks, he wouldn't be madder than you. Just what the fuck did he do?
We can hear you.
Murdered who? Look, I fucking known him for 2 weeks. He wouldn't fucking do something like that. Got white friends. Them motherfuckers will be there by the time you hang up the phone, and they'll be mad. white friends, them motherfuckers are.
They could be playing music. Anyway, I lost my shit. I don't know what I can do. Let me see if I can get it back. Otherwise, I have to.
You can't hear us? Nope.
Oh, I can hear you now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So this is what I say is like the destabilizing force in the black community. Look at this woman.
Be there by the time you hang up the phone.
Now she basically gets black criminals out of jail or off their charges. And outside of the courtroom, and you can see she's fairly attractive. She's showing pictures of herself working out. And outside of the courtroom, she does all these ghetto dances with her criminal clients. And I imagine part of them choose her because of her looks. And I'm looking to see if I can find one of these ghetto ass videos of her doing her thing here.
Do you know what state she's in?
She's in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
There's here's a clip of her.
If you know the difference, you know what it's giving.
So, and the headline is, my baby just got out the joint after 20 months. No, that's not what we wore to trial, but I wasn't going to do the dance without him. My client had a horrible and petty on and off again relationship with my whatever. But this is her celebrating after she wins cases for these ghetto blacks.
If you scared, then just cheap and expensive, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I see Juan just entered the chat. Juan, in a year, we need you in a sombrero and a mariachi band doing this with your clients, sir. We need you.
Here's another one, Brady.
There's something going on with professionals. I'm gonna say black professionals.
Yeah. I
They
was going
want
to
to be personalities. They want to be internet sensation. And I have a good friend who does it. She's very popular on social media. We actually seen her in a clip when we were doing the show at HB like about a year ago. And I've noticed in her business that she has this she's gonna have to make a decision. Do I want to keep being this social media personality, or do I want to run my business? Because those two things can't compete at the same time. But we're seeing this. We've seen this with Jasmine Crockett. We've seen this with Kamala Harris. We're seeing it with this woman, where they get into these professional spaces, but they also want to be TikTokers and do these things. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very constructive because what they do is they just the other groups of people, all other groups are sick of black people, and all this does is it just further sets them aside to be tolerated. So I mean, they don't. It's just like they become further and further as they get further and further away from any kind of respect at all, and they just seem to they revel in it.
Yeah.
This is the question that I was going to ask you. You ever seen a white lawyer doing that, dancing and shit after he won a case for a criminal client, someone accused of shooting someone?
I have actually, but
it
was a white woman. She's Young Thugs and a bunch of rappers, lawyers, and she was appropriating the black culture type of thing. So I have seen it.
So she's acting. So she's acting black. Yes, right? But you couldn't see a respectable lawyer. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to hire if this woman left that career of criminal law and went into any other kind of law. I look and see one of these videos. I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. Right? She's trading on her attractiveness. Right? Yeah. You got to admit that. Like when you walk into the office and you see a woman that looks like that, Hill and Anton Daniels even said it. You know, Mika makes some money. And so when you walk into the office, you see a woman like that, particularly blacks, they're going to be more inclined to be accepting of her. Right? I would say so. That's my thoughts. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just it's just you wouldn't in any white circumstance it would be an absolute exception to the rule.
Yeah,
and with blacks, it's just all over the place. These blacks that are supposedly, you know, doing things that are contributing a contributing function to a society, and they're just making themselves to be that other people are sick of them, and at top to bottom sick of them. Nobody trust me. It's like, yeah, Jesus.
What did you say to that Universal? You know, I think she wouldn't be able to get away with this if she was a dark skinned woman. But I think
she had to be very attractive. But yeah,
she had to be very, very
but
attractive.
I think Jasmine Crockett gets away with this.
But I don't know if Jasmine Crockett could get away with getting black criminals out of jail if she looked the way she does currently. I think she would get some pushback. Look at this black woman. And this
isn't like, I couldn't imagine, like, if we were colleagues, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you celebrating with the clients? Like I think that's just kind of been in the rules on professionalism as a lawyer. And if I was a law firm, I'd be like, I don't know if I would want to hire her.
Why not? Like, she will bring in the ghetto street business.
Like, I don't know if that's the business I want.
Look, this is
a lot of law firms go for stuff above ghetto streets.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the law firms that shoot for, like, you don't think there's a viable business defending aggravated battery in the ghetto? They shooting somebody and they all have lawyers. Somebody's paying for the lawyers. That's probably the business that she's in.
At the level of just above the grade of a bondsman, they're probably making money at it, but it's not like, you know.
I don't know how it works. I would imagine they give these people some kind of private lawyer payment. Hell, these people probably coming up with money somehow. You never know.
It's definitely working. She's getting the views and the fucking likes on this shit. Right. So
it's definitely working.
It's working for her, but I don't know.
It wouldn't be my business to be getting criminals out and then celebrating with them. But again, like, you had to be pretty and you preferably light skinned to pull this kind of shit off. I don't think that a dark skinned woman would be attractive enough to do this. It's just my thought.
Yeah, no, not at all. It would, even as sickening as it is, it's going to have to be a light skinned woman doing it. That's for sure.
She would be pretty enough to get the likes and the clicks if she were dark skinned, and that would make it not work. And nor would anyone hire her off of her looks, and that is the other barrier that she would face. Right? Am I wrong with that, Universal?
No,
Darcy girl acting like this is gonna have a hard time finding work in this profession as a lawyer.
Yeah, I would think so. She's tall too. I think that might help her.
Yeah,
she's a tall girl.
Yeah, she's in good shape apparently because she shows some videos from the gym. So again, I think this is the destabilizing force that allows these people to behave like this because they do have some preferences in the greater society here. Very interesting. Very interesting.
They have a purpose for the black culture, but that's what I'm saying. As the black culture goes on, it's removing itself from acceptance. Even though people don't have even though people know better than to try to outwardly not accept them, there's a lot of these black cultures. They're just making the other groups flat sick of them, top to bottom, in all manners, and it's going to get worse.
I think you're very right, Brave. It's not looking good, for black people when the immigrant groups come over here and clearly outperform them. And the excuses they run dry after a while. What do you think, Universal?
Yeah, I mean that's why we have this huge FBA tether debate. It's really Black Americans being annoyed and frustrated with the success of non-Black Americans. So we're going to create a divide and an argument that is silly. Because they come here and they outshine us and outperform us, and most of them have been here for fewer years than we have.
Yeah, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I was telling BeBrave, Izzy Bands had a white man on his panel, and he was bragging, "Hey, I got a white man on the panel. White man, look, y'all, shiny gold object here, white man." And he said, he been my friend too. He my friend, and white people, blacks tend to place a lot of value on white friendships. Hence, Izzy Band saying, I'm got more juice than BeBrave, and Stanley saying I'm whiter than BeBrave. But you know what's interesting? I saw Izzy Bands when he had the white guy on his panel, and my thought, and then I thought about Hemp, and I don't know if you remember Hemp. And here's what Hemp has said over it. Again, I don't know much about Hemp.
There are very few black people How the hell would a black person need to live around black people to understand black people? And what I find interesting is it's always a super dark-skinned nigga like you know for a fact that hold on, and I'm gonna land it right here. We know for a fact that white people are some of the most degenerate, uneducated, uncouth, uncivilized people on the face of the earth. We know this. Y'all don't even use washcloths. Why do we have to pretend? Come on. You barely know how to wash your ass. I get more juice in your white community than you get. What are you talking about?
He was doing a joint panel with Truth for Truth or something to that effect. And I was amazed at some of the kind of the racism that I heard from him. Was, he's a black guy, and many black people's sexuality as it relates. But it was.
Crystal, if you're black and your significant other isn't black, don't invite me to the wedding. Don't invite me to the baby shower. Don't invite me to anything.
Thank you. I just think y'all gotta really dig deep and ask yourself, all right, why am I hating on her? Like, why am I hating?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is true. If a man dates a white woman, he will date a man.
As a black
What?
woman dated in the past an undercover gay black man, I can confirm this. It is absolutely true. It's actually scientifically proven.
Do white women do that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
Do y'all think white women kind of use the same tactic often? As far as like y'all niggas is gay. Like
We're not in the white community, so we wouldn't know.
I don't know what white men. I don't have any white friends.
Because they expect it. White men are the MVPs of homosexuality. They be doing all types of weird shit. So white women expect the motherfuckers to do that. They'll know that she was the whore in college and still marry her. White men don't care.
True.
And I'm glad.
Great.
Y'all
MVPs of homosexuality. Apparently.
Yeah, no. And never mind the stats and the fucking the fucking weird shit blacks do also. We're the MVPs, but I understand them hanging on to that because
it's the last.
Outside of that sick behavior, whites are functioning at a very high level as the human species goes. So I understand them grabbing onto that for desperation.
Brave, how about this though?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is true. If a man dates a white woman, he will date a man.
As a black woman who dated in the past an undercover gay black man, I can confirm this. It is absolutely true. It's actually scientifically proven.
You don't even know what she was saying there. Scientifically proven. What if you line up 100 black men that date white women? You're gonna guess a certain percentage of them are gay. It's like the stuff these black people say. It's like they have no shame in their behavior. They have no shame in what they say. They have no shame in who's listening and who they have to make a fool of. They have no shame. That's what I'm saying. 70% of black Americans are fucking psychopaths.
But do you think that was just a cult?
Well, in every top to bottom. My God, listen to Hamp.
It's just a cult.
Magnificent white culture, and he's got to rely on the perverts among the white culture to bring the white culture down. What, blacks have no perverts among them? It's like, what are you doing?
Universal, any last words before we get ready to get out of here? Now let Brave get his last words in.
Yeah, at some point, black folks have to start doing some more reading, and we have to increase the intellectual capability to process information and stop trying to find things to validate our racial idolatry, because that was just ridiculous what we just seen. I don't know where to get that was just bad. That was bad.
Universal, are you glad though that there's white communities to move into with your family?
I'm sitting safe and comfortable one now. You know what, Brave? I forgot to lock my door, and I left my garage open for about 3 hours the other day. not a fucking thing happened.
I'm telling you, people think I'm full of shit. I'm telling you, the
My
white
neighbor texts me, Mr. Jones.
the white world is a different world. I've lived in it all my life.
I don't think you're home right now because I don't see your vehicle, but your garage is open. And guess what I did, Brave? I got on my fancy phone, hit a button, and closed it, and went on about my day. God bless America.
Universal, did you were there when I was talking to Tough Guy about what he's facing, right?
Yeah.
You know, like as I said, white people will not rent to blacks. If I were white, hell no.
No.
Because if he goes south, he's gonna call me a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, Tough Guy is renting from a Vietnamese. And he said, I love living around these white people, man. There's no crime. But he's one of the many blacks that can't afford to live around whites without stretching his budget to damn near threadbare.
Yeah.
And I think that pressure is what manifests itself out here in the streets among the more educated blacks. We see them jumping up and down acting like monkeys on panels. I've already addressed here some of these people are unemployed. That's why they got so much time on the panel.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about that. Yeah. Me and Tina were talking about that the other day.
Right, and so that's a lot of pressure. If you're black, many of these blacks do not live in black neighborhoods.
Nope.
And if they're unemployed, look at all the phone calls I take from these blacks under pressure, serious pressure.
You know what? More than before I get out of here, I'll say this: because Universal's up here, and he was talking about what the blacks need to do, and of course, reading and learning is very valuable. But Universal, since the blacks, no matter what they do, are going to be second place in a white culture. Period.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
What blacks need to do is start getting their young ladies to understand femininity and the value of staying within a certain body image.
Yes,
That's what makes white culture great is femininity and slim white women. Even though white women are going over the edge, white culture's going down the drain. I get it. But the point is the number one thing blacks can do for value, somehow stop the acceptance of young black girls not being able to be feminine because they got to fight everywhere they go.
Yep.
That would be the number one step.
That would help. I think we got some work to do on the male side too, because our men are just non-existent. I
think if the women feminized, the men would fall behind. Universal.
Well, the men are damn near just as feminine as the women. So,
no, but what I'm saying is, a feminine woman will bring a man out of a man.
Don't bet on that horse, Brave. Not with these blacks. The IQ's too low, Brave. Don't bet. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I hear what you're saying, and logically, I would agree. But I don't have faith in black men to do that. I don't think the IQ's high. Look at these goddamn panels.
Well, I would certainly
grown 50-year-old boys walking around here looking like fucking 12-year-olds and talking about fucking in the age of the 5th grade. We are done.
Yeah, but again, that's because they've got no women to reel them in. I'm telling you. If the black women were feminine and slim, I'm telling you that, and didn't go at 11 and 12 going to Anton's house. If they were feminine and slim, I'm telling you that shapes men up. And you're right, Universal. It's not like a miracle, but I'm telling you that would be step one.
It would help, but these hypersexual, emotionally undeveloped men, they would just want to fuck more, man.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm sorry. I hate to be the guy to say this.
You're correct. I'm talking about an effect that would take years to do. You're talking about what is immediately at hand. I'm saying if black women slimmed up, feminized, it might take 2 decades or 3 decades.
Yeah.
But eventually, the men would tone down if those women held out and said, no, I'm a feminine lady, the men would adjust much more so than I think you're giving them credit for.
I'm not in 100% disagreement with you. I'm following your train of thought. I just have lost all faith. Black men changing their behavior.
It don't look good from the inside.
It don't look good, Brave.
Brave. You know, I see it, man. I don't know, Brave. I'm pretty.
No, I still say I'm sure of it. There's nothing as powerful as a feminine, slim woman, folks.
Let me go around the panel.
The black culture just has none of it now. It's non-existent.
You know, Brave, next time we do this, I want to ask you the question. Remind me to ask you a question where you were saying how the codependency or the dependency of the blacks and the whites is gone now. We have to cover that next time, Brave.
Well,
you remember that?
Yeah,
remember what you said to me?
Yeah.
Do you remember the topic though? Because if I got it wrong, I want to make sure I'm right, so I won't forget it.
I think I do, but before we go on, you can refresh me.
But anyway, let me go around the horn, and I'll start with Juan since he just got here. I don't know how long you've been watching Juan, but what sticks out on what we've talked about so far today?
Well, the main thing that sticks out for me was two things. Number one, the comment regarding that Universal Jones made regarding him not having to leave his door locked or him accidentally leaving his garage door open and nothing happened. Thus the question that I posted in the chat, being humorous in part. But the other thing is when people see that other people make moves, they get mad instead of studying their moves. You've talked about this. Portia's talked about this. CT's talked about this. Drip has talked about this. And so my question, and it's an internal question, would be, why are they mad? Study what they're doing and copy it. They're giving you free at that point.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. What about you, Punda? You new to the panel. What sticks out in your mind about what we talked about today? So, in wrapping up.
Oops.
Well, Punda may be out there.
Oh, for me? Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
No, I actually right here with hi Ricky Z. Hello, Ricky Z. Hello, Brave. Hello, Otani. Hello, Brave.
Hello,
so I just wanted to say the big issue is that a Black woman cannot even just be quiet. If you're someone who's just more on the shy side, regardless of size, just quiet.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
So if you don't fit the stereotype, you are an affront and you are to be harassed and abused. So there's a complete cultural, it's not even an imbalance. There's something like necrosis where you cannot be feminine. And it's not even just being feminine, just being quiet, just being just like a quiet girl. That's not even possible. You cannot just be happy or smile or laugh or be polite. You're going to be harassed, and most of the time by other Black women. So it's a very sordid, sad situation. But if a Black woman wants that femininity, which I understand everyone is saying, you do have to be removed from the community. So that whole situation between light skin, dark skin, sorry, that's my microwave, sorry. That whole wouldn't even exist, because if you're in a community where you're just a woman and you're a Black woman, regardless of how you look like, your color, your size, etc., if you can feel safe to be feminine, you will be feminine. You cannot be feminine or even quiet that's the problem. Like an actual problem in the hood, in the Black community, is just being feminine. You see people, I hear John bringing up light-skinned Black women. They cannot even be feminine. Many times they speak like men. They speak like men. And one of the reasons why you have to be defensive is because it's like your armor, because of the violence that will come to you. You cannot be feminine in the hood. So it's once you're removed, then you go through that process of learning to kind of break down your defenses and feel safe to be feminine, to wear a dress or just smile. That's a different conversation. I just wanted to just bring that up right now.
I played this.
It's in pretty well.
I played this clip to BeBrave the other day. It was from DeBarge. It was just a snippet I played from, and it was I Like It. I don't know if you ever heard that song. He was like, "Ooh, I like it." And at some point, he says something about her looks make the most about it, get the most out of me, or something. It brings the best out of me. It brings that fire inside, is something he says in this song. And this would have been back in the 70s, I think, when DeBarge recorded that song. And when I heard it, and he said, that, I like the way you comb your hair, and that it brings the fire inside of him out. And I think that that kind of plays into what BeBrave says, is that a pretty woman will bring the fire out of him, man. It'll make him go work a few extra hours.
He even has questions upon her speaks. It's just feminine. True spiritual femininity is magical.
It's not just pretty though. If I can cut
That's
in.
what I said. Even if it's not that pretty, just the feminine spiritual of it is something that black culture has just said, never mind, we don't need that. I'm going, uh-oh.
But I didn't say not that pretty. I said it's not just pretty. I'll give you an anecdote. There was a chick that I was dating. She was pretty, but the other thing is that she had things done. And I'll never forget, I went from one side of the region that I live in to the other for a 15-second transaction that needed to be done. But because I'm visually impaired, what would normally take an hour-and-a-half drive took me almost 8 hours switching bus after city bus, to get there. And I came back and, we weren't official yet, but I mean, she's in my spot, she cooked, and she made my bed and all of that stuff. And the next day, after we watched TV and laughed and went to sleep that evening, I got up early and she's like, well, where are you headed? Like, I'm going to work. Like, there was a newfound energy within me. Like I was going to go make it happen, come hell or high water, because not only were you soft, with me, but you got other things done for me so that I could actually get my energy up. It was like a rejuvenation that allowed me to not be tired that next day. I don't know how to explain it.
There is. And the sad part about it is black men don't even know that's missing now.
Right, yeah, I think you're right. Hey, I wanted to run this past you guys before we get out of here. This was me up on Pearly, and this is not me responding, but Pearly asked a question. She says, why do you think you guys are different? She's talking to me and the black guy at the bottom with glasses on. I don't know if I answered the question, but he did, and so you told me.
And I ain't never went back. So you dealing with that on a daily basis? Oh my gosh.
Yo, I don't even do credit checks, bro.
Why do you guys think that you're different? Like that you don't live in that way? Like, do you think it was your upbringing or?
Hell no. I just made a choice.
I'm sick of hearing.
That I found it to be very interesting.
That's it.
What do you mean? What do you think about that?
He decided to stop accepting the lie and just be honest with himself and made a choice to just do something different. The lie that most blacks accept is that if we do the opposite of what the majority of black behavior is, it means we're being white. It doesn't. It means you're just functioning in society like everybody else.
Yeah, but universal, you still have to say this to a certain extent. If I was a black man, I don't think I'd run from I'm acting white. I'd say you're goddamn right, because it's a white culture. It's a goddamn white culture. What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
is where I'd be coming from.
And that's accepting that truth.
But what is she asking about? What makes you different?
What was? Ask your question again.
What was she asking when she said, "What makes you guys different"?
Just the decision not to go along with the herd. Period.
Is that what she's asking?
Well, I mean, that's just nothing else to it. I
I guess it's fair. Look, the guy says, "Was it your upbringing?" She says, "Was it your upbringing?" He says, "No, I just made a choice." A choice to do what?
Think.
Let go of the ideology. I keep saying racial ideology. You gotta let it go.
Yeah, you do.
That acceptance of what black is supposed to be, and that acceptance, man, that is a choice.
To me, we're filling in the answers for him. We don't know what he really meant, right? But I don't know if I necessarily made a choice, right? I didn't answer the question. I don't think he got around to me, but I think you realize some shit is off if you got common sense. And you say, look, I don't make excuses for myself. Like these people are making excuses. That doesn't make sense. I don't know if there was ever, because to make a choice, you have to keep making it every day, right? Consistently making a choice. If shit doesn't make sense to you, then some of the things you see, or at least the things that I see, are just illogical, right? And I don't have to make a choice. Shit, I'm logical, right? Like what I see these people doing is illogical.
Yeah, but you got to make a choice because of the force of the emphasis of the illogical behavior being so normalized. I think it boils down to a choice, John.
Man, I think it's strong will. I will say this: you got to be very strong willed to
that's what I'm saying.
Incompetent people, right?
I can tell you from bottom feeding white trash experience. You know what happens when a bottom feeding white trasher makes it out of the trash group? The other people in the trash group compliment him. They say, "Good job." There's no. What are you? Are you turning your back on us? No, they're impressed by him.
I think what MFB is saying is right. He's trying not to be black, and it's a conscious effort. I mean, like a lot of these blacks you see up here on the YouTube panel, the way they talk, they're trying their best to talk in the best English they can muster up. As soon as they cut the camera off, man, his IB finna do this, man. You know what I mean?
It's diabolical, John. It's diabolical. That's their favorite word.
You guys notice how they use the big words when in places where they don't fit, like the lovely young lady that was on there that said it's scientifically proven that if you date a white chick, you're down low.
Right. Like that, she probably in her mind, she's made a choice not to be ghetto, right? But it slips out, right? In her trying to use big words or even in their feelings and thoughts. Look how quickly Izzy went off the rails, right? He's supposed to be all professional, got white friends and shit. And as soon as you get him a little agitated, he just talking crazy about white people.
Mm-hmm.
And, that is what I'm saying. Like when a lot of these people, you see the Anton Daniels of the world, he tries to act like he's very professional, this and that. He's not ghetto. He talked down on the other ghetto blacks, but he's just as ghetto as he is. Look how look what I just showed you of Anton Daniels, and this is the head Negro social content creator.
Absolute destructive behavior to any culture, and he's up there bragging about it.
Yeah, and none of the audience cut the stream off. They kept sending him super chats, and they're probably tuning in right now. It
was a flex. He was flexing.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
It is very true. Very true. Very true.
Flex. Ugh.
Anyway, guys, last word before we get out of here. Don't all jump in at one time.
It's a white culture. Deal with it, black people. Here's how this goes. You aren't changing it. I'm not changing it. Get the fuck out of the way of the locomotive, speeding locomotive going down the tracks. It's a white culture. For God's sakes, just stand back and thank God you're a part of it. Talk to you later, John.
Hey, Brave is always a pleasure. Always my pleasure, Brave. What's up, Warren?
Well, to me, I think it's the same topic in that regard with newer points. So then the question that should be brought up, John, and I think that this is something that people in the audience could ponder. No pun intended questions. But the thing is what are we going to do about it in that regards? We already know what the issues are. And so then what is the solution, I guess?
You know what? I was going to ask you before you get out of here. I not have some of the rawest content in our little sphere of YouTube, all the original content for the most part. I haven't shown anyone else's content for the most part up here.
I can answer, John. The answer is separation. We are in 2026. It's time. It's total and complete separation. I actually mentioned this on Chaotic's channel sometime last year. When it comes to women, because I this whole conversation, Black femininity, etc., I brought this up before, but it's a constant attack amongst just the Black female gender race dynamic about being a lady. There really is no ethics, boundaries, and controls when it comes to a lady. For example, Pacheco, Universal, I know both of you are familiar with the author Jane Austen. I know that both of you are. Who would be the Black woman's equivalent to a Jane Austen? Think about it.
Well, to answer your question, Ponder, I don't know. In my 20s, in my late teens and 20s, I would even say in my early 30s, I would have thought that the closest person would have been Alice Walker or Maya Angelou, but that's clearly not based on.
Zora Neale Hurston, maybe.
No, because Zora Neale Hurston, their eyes were watching God. That story, absolutely not. Like the first few chapters were really, really heartbreaking. Alice Walker, The Color Purple, no.
No, exactly.
And of course, Maya Angelou,
Definitely not.
Right, and then learning about, she has some history as a madam. So no. Jane Austen's books were very clear and specific about marriage. She also wrote periodicals to her local newspaper. She made it very clear the single most important decision a woman ever makes is her choice of husband. That is the safety and security of you and your children. I don't know if you guys, not that many men read her books, but of course you're familiar with her as an author. And when you look at, they're now adapting so many of her books once again, 2026, like a good 10% of Hollywood movies, give or take, are just adaptations of her movies.
Yeah.
The movie Clueless was actually adapted from Emma. Like Gwyneth Paltrow, she actually acted. They redid Emma back in the 90s, and they keep remaking her movies. Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, et cetera, like Sense and Sensibility. Why would they do that? Because these are the books about womanhood, how you move, how you act, husbandry. Like there's an art and a skill to it. It's more than just sport, even though some of the characters were kind of like that, like they kind of saw it as sport. But it's an active discussion about womanhood. And also, as many of us know, there Charm School. Many of us are familiar with Charm School. Like
you mean finishing school? Is it like that?
Oh yeah, finishing school. Correct. Finishing school. Correct. Which was very, very common back in the day, and even Universal. Maybe that many Black communities had as Juan said, like finishing school, like Lady Luck. But we can't even get there because many of us cannot even be quiet. And those of us who are more on the quiet side, you're abused, harassed, attacked, stalked by these women. It's like they see an easy target, like it's borderline demonic, like it's out of control. So my proposition is just full and complete separation. Just separate. Because if you want a feminine woman, there's not much a man can do. You can state your wants. Okay, I get it, I understand it, but it would have to be amongst women, the woman population, and for us, Black women. So I kind of had that conversation the other night with Mooncakes and Republic Room. Like I really like Moonlight. I think many of you are familiar with her, but I just like, for a woman from where she comes from, her age, her background. You have a teenage daughter, like to just go back and forth, like just arguing as a man. We all make mistakes, but there has to be like self-accountability.
Sure.
And also, I'll wrap up. It would be great, I'm Catholic. There are a lot of times we have like women retreats where we're silent. My mother went to one a few months ago, like a silent retreat where you're actually silent. Like, I think that'll be the first step, us learning silence.
Do you think you can get 25 Black women to go to a silent retreat?
See, what never happened.
No, that wouldn't happen, especially in today's day and age. Universal, you already know that retreat would end with the cops getting called, some of them women being assigned to you by court order. My boss probably representing some of them on the criminal side. I mean, this was 30 years ago. So this would be what, in the 90s, John? The late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
There would be a possibility, but you had your old school Blacks that were in the late 1800s, early 1900s that were still around, and they would have been there to help enforce some of these, I don't know, some of the standards that they had when the divorce rates were lower.
Well, Ponder, I like to keep my ear to the streets. Since you're talking about define womanhood, the Queen, Sexy Red, released a song over the weekend called Hang With a Bad Bitch. It is sweeping social media, and all the bad bitches are dancing to it on TikTok. Check it out.
Yeah, I mean, but okay, let's be real here. Sexy Red is like born after 9/11. No,
What does that mean?
We've had these issues.
I've seen some women who were born before 9/11 dancing to it this morning.
Right, but she's not even grown like that. We still have millennials and even Gen X to a large degree.
Sexy Red ain't grown. How old you gotta be to be grown?
We still have the older generation who are here. That if you want,
you didn't answer the question. How old do you have to be
that's
grown?
Irrelevant, though. The question and the answer is a moot point. My point is that we have an older generation that needs to address their behavior first. I'm just not going to go back and forth and complain to the behavior of someone who was born after 9/11. When I know women my own age, everybody running around the 90s, the 80s, and even to an extent the 70s, your behavior was wilding out big time. I just don't like almost like picking on like someone born who's younger than me when there hasn't been a clear example set for her to follow. Like where is the example of how to follow? It's like I just like the Lottos, the Sexy Reds, and honestly I do like, what's her name from City Girls? I do like her. But
JT?
Yeah, she's a pretty good rapper. But like they're the new generation. If I want change, then I would need to first address these older women and their behavior. I'm not going to go to someone who doesn't even know the 90s. Like you're a product of your time, and we see the times. The first immediate is those who would be my peers and older. And if the older ones don't want to change, then they just need to just go away and just ignore them. That goes back to me in separation. I would rather just be alone and then with the other young girls and then just move forward and leave these others behind. What happened in the Old Testament, Universal, did not God open the earth and everybody over 40 was swallowed?
Swallowed up, yeah.
They were too corrupted. God had enough. Y'all are just despicable. And then he started anew. Because you can change the youth. But these old people don't change. Like old people do not change. They are who they are. They never change. I don't want to deal with them. You're too tainted. You cause too much trouble. You have to go. Yeah. She'll eventually grow out of this. I think she's pregnant. She'll eventually grow out. A lot of it's just like, that generation and they, social media. But these old heads who've been getting away with borderline murder for decades, they are a problem. They're the example being set. And the parents of the Sexy Reds are all people who were born in the 70s. And are Gen X. Why are you not raising your children properly? How did she even
not no question? Because what Sexy Red's also doing on TikTok and on YouTube, and so is Glorilla, believe it or not. They're videotaping themselves cooking dinner and serving their boyfriends and husbands. Yeah. And those are getting a lot of views as well.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's a plus. That's a start. Like none of that I'm kind of particular about anti-male talk, especially from the young people. But that's good to know. And plus a lot of it, like it's just like young, kind of wild partying. So like I just don't think it's right for me to like be super critical over someone so young when I have other people that are adults and you've been behaving like this and you still are in your 30s, 40s, and even arguably your 50s. Like someone in their 20s, no. Then that's a bad example that's been set for them, and they are more adept to change. Just my 2 cents, just me.
Thank you for sharing and entertaining my foolishness. Appreciate it.
You got it, Universal. But I do like hopefully the Republican moon case, because we do need to talk about, I think, like behavior, Black women and behavior, especially towards each other and publicly, but definitely towards each other. Because I think that is like problem number one that needs to be addressed. You can't blame white supremacy and Black men until the real issues that Black women will never be honest with is the how we treat each other as a collective, as a whole. You know, minus Black men, white supremacy, whatever. There are some serious issues with behavior towards one another, first and foremost.
Yeah, the three of you are gonna piss a lot of people off, but I'm here for it.
I'm sure, but that's I'll go ahead and drop it. It goes back to separation. Either you take heed or you have to leave. Because I'm at that point now. You can go. You will be removed. You will be removed. I'm just like I would rather move forward with the sexy red, but these other old heads, they have to go. These old birds have to go. They have caused so much trouble, Universal. I don't even know where to begin with telling you. They are problem number one. The problem is not sexy red. It's not. I'm born in 2003. You're not the problem. We know who the problem is. We know who the problem is.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I don't have any closing thoughts. Everybody take care of yourself. Be safe.
Okay, great, John. And also, can we all, everybody, a big congratulations to John Galt, the Urban Landlord channel. He's about to close down on 2,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
Oh, at some point, getting there close.
He is getting there slowly but surely. He's about a little over 100 away. So everybody, please.
Is it that many? Damn, it's long way.
Yeah, you're about 100 away. It's about 100.
You monetized though again, man. I was about to send another super chat.
No, man.
Monetization go again.
Man, they got me on the ropes over here. I guess I'm being a little too honest here.
Well, they got me the same way they got me on TikTok. I'm on strike 2 on TikTok. I'm about to get my check. I just barely set up that channel a month ago, and it's about to get banned.
I don't know what the deal is, bro. You have to play it close to the vest. You know what? Before we get out of here, I was listening to Anton Daniels. That's what I was looking for. And he said something. We're going to track his ass down. I think we caught him. I think we got him. Anton Daniels said he had 20-some thousand Patreon members. I Googled the list. I think it's some company, Graphion or something like that. And they list the number of Patreon members, whatever. I didn't see him list. I got a clip of him somewhere saying he had 20,000. Somebody's lying. It's very interesting, though.
20,000 Patreon subscribers. How much is his Patreon? Is it like 50 cents? I mean, I thought that back chases were like $10 a month or something like that.
I think they're varying levels. Anyway.
Right, but it wouldn't be lower than $5. Couldn't we agree on that at least? Or is it actually down to the
Some of them are free. Some of them you can probably get some free, I don't know, gifted or some shit like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so either varying levels.
Well, then at that particular point, we would already know why there's 20,000. Because I was thinking in today's market right now, I mean, shit, I can barely afford some of the YouTube channels that I subscribe to, that I'm a membership of.
That's what I keep trying to bring it all full circle here. The tight economy, he'll have these people we see up here unemployed. Are they keeping up their Patreon memberships, YouTube memberships? You're picking and choosing. But they better pay their rent first. And on that note, guys, we're out of here.
Well, before you go, John, as a shameless plug, I will be streaming the Carmelo Anthony trial this year. It is scheduled for June.
Yo, do they let you play that live?
Yeah, because it's public record.
Really?
Yes.
You can play it on your stream.
Yes, I can. I mean, of course, I have to make commentary over it, and that's what I'm going to be doing in that regard.
Shit. Yo, when is that trial coming up, bro?
It's coming up the second week in June.
That's going to be fire.
And they're asking for more money. They have a John. This goes into literally what you're talking about today. They're asking for $1.4 million for an attorney.
They changed his attorney, Juan?
I don't know whether they changed this attorney or they dropped him, but for me, they had enough money for a decent attorney now. He had over $500,000. Where the hell did that money go?
Well,
so now people woke up and they're like, wait a minute, where's the money that we gave you last year?
Well, they were living off of that money, right?
Well, they were, but they didn't have to. That guy in Blacks Who Defy talked about it. I mean, this happened. They live basically in that guy's neck of the woods. The thing is he didn't have to move. They didn't have to get an Escalade. They didn't have to spend money on the dumb stuff that they spent the money on. I mean, and even if they did, they could have still fronted $250,000 for an attorney, for a competent attorney.
Damn, Latino says half of his house may have flown off the side. Jeez. Damn. That's amazing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the nor'easter has hit the Northeast pretty hard. Hi, Latino, I have you up here.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today.
Hello, everyone. Everybody, thank you for joining the stream. John Galt, the urban landlord. And let's talk about 1212. Let's talk about a 1212 who will be going live in about half an hour. So we're all going to move over there right now. His channel is exactly that. Please be sure to like, click, and subscribe. Just like John Galt says, it is social currency. So don't forget to make sure to like, click, and subscribe these channels. Everybody will be there in about, what, half an hour? We'll be there in about half an hour, heading over there. John, take it out. Thank you, John.
There you go. Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Thanks for joining.
This nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, John Galt. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted the back in the day. The rock had them wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Eyes closed and they don't dance no more. Rock used to be jumping, type shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, John Galt. I bring it to you rough, rockin' and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain, now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga, John Galt.